welcome back to another video. And I know it's been a while, but this one is going to be an unplanned video, just nice and easy one, and it's just to talk about some of the books that I have managed to get for free from work, like art copies and things. And I think all of them are published now. I think they're all long published, but at work, I do work at Waterstones, and I presume most of them have a bookshelf for staff where the proof copies are sent and put on a shelf for the staff to take as they please. And occasionally you will find a book that is up your alley and you can take it if you want it. And I have 7 books that I've picked up off that shelf, and a book that I have paid for, but I had free credit from work because they're not doing Christmas parties this year, so they've decided to give staff some free credit on their staff cards to buy books, so why not? And that book was Snow by John Banville, which was one of the books of the month for November, which I didn't read in November. I just got the book because it interested us, to be honest. I mean, I am hoping to read it soon, since it's obviously a pretty new buy for me. So it's very much an Agatha Christie thing, stuck in the snow, hotel, all that fun stuff. And I look forward to this. And another book of the month that was for November was The Good Bear by Sarah Lean. And I did read this one at the start of November, when it first came out as Book of the Month. I can't remember when this one was published, to be honest. I think it was, it's copyright is 2020, but I'm not sure how long after that it was actually published. Paperback edition was published this year. But this one was good, I did enjoy it. It's about a little girl who visits her estranged father, who has moved to another country, and she finds a bear, and it's about trying to save this bear from the town, essentially. And it's just a nice wholesome little read, it's all good. And I can't remember if I gave this 4 or 5 stars on Goodreads, but it was good stuff. And the next book I have also read in November, and that was When the Sky Falls by Phil Earle. I know this one's already released because it does have a barcode on the back, but I'm not sure when it was released, to be quite honest. It was this year, but I'm not sure exactly what date. But this one had me so close to tears, it's unbelievable. And it's not often a book gets me emotional, but this book had me almost in floods. And the only other book that has had me that close to tears is The Fault in Our Stars, and then followed by The Book Thief by Marcus Zusak. So yeah, I just wanted to crawl on the pages and give the little boy a hug, to be honest. And it's set in World War II, and it's partially based on a true story, because the true story is somebody's friend or father or something had a guard over a zoo, or a specific animal in a zoo. It might be a lion, and in case a bomb went off directly in the zoo, you had to sit there with a rifle or something to make sure that this lion didn't escape, and just in case, which is something that nobody really wants to have to happen, but in a circumstance like that, there's not much you can do. And it's based on that, really. So, but it's a good story though. It's very wholesome, and just, yeah, you want to give a lot of hugs. And the next lot of books I haven't read any of, and the first one is, it has been very big in the booktube community, and I think it was released a couple of years ago, to be honest, as I try and find the copyright page. But Yeah, it was, yeah, 2013 originally, and obviously it was translated in 2017 and 2018 and published again in 2018, and that is The Winter's Promise by Christelle Debos. I know it's French, so I don't know how exactly to pronounce that, but a lot of people would say it's hit or miss, which is fair play. Some books are like that, but it was on the shelf for some reason, even though it's a good hardback copy. I don't know if it's just because it's a little grubby that stuck it on our shelf, but I got it for nothing, so I'm not complaining about it. Know nothing about it, and that's fine. I also have Dear Edward. You can tell it's a proof copy because it came out like a year ago, a little over a year ago. And again, I don't really know much about this, but it did catch my eye a while back. I did see the published copy on shelves, and I do appreciate, even on this edition that isn't published, an uncorrected proof copy. It is a nice, it is a very nice spine. The next one is Pay Attention, Carter Jones by Gary D. Schmidt, and this was also on, I don't think this one's a proof, it's a finished copy by the looks of it, but I don't really know much about this, to be quite honest. Yeah, just a guy with a butler, I don't know, but it piqued my interest just looking at it on the shelf, so yeah, I look forward to this when I do get to that. I also have Burn Bright by, not sure by who, Danielle Jawando. I don't know if this is an own voices or not. Yeah, it's got, I think it has suicide in it. Yeah, but other than that, I don't know. But, I mean, it sounds interesting. Or should I say it's called And the Stars Were Burning Brightly rather than Burn Bright. Even as a proof copy, I am absolutely in love with the gold on this. It's like a rose gold. That's so nice. And the last book that I have, I don't know when this is published, or if it is published yet, to be honest. 2018 I think it was published, but I'm not complaining about that, to be honest. It doesn't have a barcode, so 9th of October 2018, so it's a couple of years old, but that is Light Years by Cass Morgan. I think they did 100 or something. I don't really know the series all that well because I didn't read it, but if I'm gonna attempt a sci-fi like properly, I suppose I might as well jump in at this point, either with something like 100 or this. It could start with anything, and I'm probably making a mistake by starting with this one. And I do have another book on my shelf over there that I've just realised is also a copy that I got off work, called The Hideaway by Sam Smythe. I read that as well, and I think I gave that 5 stars on Goodreads. That one was pretty epic. That was very, I say epic, it's a wrong word. It was a very emotional and hard read. It does cover hard topics, specifically domestic abuse, but that was an excellent read. It was a very good read, and I do plan to give that to my sister because I gave her Sam Smythe's first book and she enjoyed that as well, so she will be getting that at Christmas for, it's a free proof copy, so it doesn't hurt to pass on the love there and get the book read as much as possible before it like falls apart and stuff. That's all good, and I think that's all I've got to show you right now, to be fair. And I've read 3 out of all of these books, and I have a pile of other books that I need to read, but I hope to get to them next year. Well, I will be getting them next year, it's December, but I have the hardest one I have is A Little Life. I mean, I don't know why I picked it up. I mean, I was intrigued by it. It looks interesting, and I'm intrigued by the fact that it's so emotional that people literally cry about it on the internet. But yeah, I don't know. Just the fascination of the emotions of this abused man whose life just does not get better. But anyways, if I make that one of the first things I read, then it's done, right? But I will wrap up the video here, because otherwise I will ramble a lot of shit more than I currently am. So I'm going to let you go, and I will see you in the next video. It might be a wrap up, a quarterly wrap up / yearly wrap up. So yeah, I'll see you then. I hope you've liked the video. Hope you comment, subscribe, you know, do what you want to do, and I'll see you soon.